All right, guys, we're going to have a look at the 1-year anniversary video for the current gym. So at Forrestdale, we've been there for 12 months now. Before that, we're going to check out some of the gyms I've had over the years coming up into jiu-jitsu and ending up where we are now as well. So this is one of my first academies. This is the Greenbushes Town Hall. We used to do striking here and grappling all on the wooden floor without mats. So it was a bit of a different time, but we got it done. Another academy I had here is the Greenbushes Town Oval. We used this for a while as well. The Bridgetown Recreation Centre is another one. Then I moved to Perth eventually to Kenwick. This is in a park behind where I lived. I had maybe 15 to 20 students here at one point, just in the backyard doing jiu-jitsu and martial arts. Meanwhile, I was training at Armour Gym at this time as well, developing my jiu-jitsu. I was a blue belt around this time. And I'm working with Adam Metcalf, obviously, in Mirrabooka at the time. From here, I moved to Augusta for a bit. I spent about 18 months in Augusta, and I would still travel to Perth to train, and I would train at my friend Kurt Normington's school in Bunbury as well. Then when I returned to Perth, I opened up in my house in Willerton, Kelman Road. Then after that, it was Bentley, Duke Street. Had quite a few guys there training consistently. Then it was Raw Fitness. We had Raw Fitness for approximately 12 months. And we grew to a pretty reasonable size while we were there. That was myself and Ryan. After that, we moved to TBC, the body consultants in Jandakot, just up the road from there. So we had this gym for maybe 6 years. I think it was about 6 years over the COVID period as well. The mat space about 80 squares. And this is where we grew the gym to a pretty sizable stable of members. And of course, after that, we moved to Hensbrook Loop in Forrestdale. This is 12 months ago. You can see the place is a bit of a shell. We've really just got the basic sort of bare bones sort of going on here. Here's a bit of a concept drawing. This is sort of what it was going to look like on the outside. Here's the interior again. You can kind of see it's really just a tarp, more or less, on the floor and blank walls. This is the first day taking over. Myself and Ryan checking it out, having a look around. You can sort of see some bits and pieces sort of in here. The laundromat was using this space as a bit of an auxiliary storage sort of area. And they were just clearing out while we first sort of came in here. This is my car here full of wood that I ended up using to make the border. Here's some outside shots of the gym. This is obviously pre-fit out. Sort of look at the gym. You can just sort of see the outside of sort of what it looked like. Not much going on at all. And here you can see first weekend in the place, Joe Francisco helping with some fit out here, putting up some of the photo frames and getting everything lined up. You can see Luke down there sitting on the floor, checking it all out. Here's the mat design. So Ryan and Kev pretty much worked on the mat layout and organising the border. We had an idea initially for a bit of a floating border, so it wouldn't be fixed into the floor. It didn't really work that well. So we ended up going ahead and fixing it into the ground anyway, and basically drilling into the floor and attaching the border. You can see Ryan here working on figuring out how long and how to design the mats. And Kev here sussing out the floating border. Here's Joe again, lining up the laser level to organise the photos. And you can see the gym starting to come together a bit now. The mats look pretty good. It's all sort of getting organised. Here's a good shot of Ryan on the big jobs. And then we sort of have a look at the panorama sort of view here. You can sort of see the layout. Here's a nice shot of the border, how it ended up looking. Here is a nighttime shot. This is probably around midnight when I was hanging around the gym trying to get the final touches sort of done, ready for the open day. These black poles in the middle here, we wrapped them and with some puzzle mats, and it wasn't really sufficient. So we ended up making that a bit better about a week later as well. So those black poles started as a puzzle mat, and they ended up getting covered and made to be more durable and more, I guess, softer to sort of roll into. This space here we ended up filling in with mats as well. Here's another look at the sort of gym from a semi-complete sort of look. You can see it's come quite a long way already here. It's nearly done. And then you've just got a bit of a view of, I guess, how the walls sort of looked. And then we move into another panorama where you can sort of see the layout. This is the first night where it's sort of complete, and here's the first night of training with the crew down to test out the new academy. So that was a pretty cool moment, finally being in the new spot and having the mats down and having things operational. Here's the first benches I made. These things kind of sucked, so I ended up making it a lot better later on, which you'll see. Here's the carpet underlay I used to end up wrapping the poles. This was a solution I came up with to making the poles a little bit more durable and consistent with the density of the mat space as well. So they sort of feel like mats now, which is nice. So we wrapped those up, and that's how they look now. A bit more safe, I guess you could say. Here's the first open day. This was pretty cool, the open mat. And then here's a bit of a look from the outside before we got in there. You can kind of see it's pretty much not much going on. Here is a look at a close-up of the border, and here's how we got them in there. And we basically attached them straight through. Here's the fit out for the extra mat area. So we ended up making that a bit more of a bigger shape, I guess. Here's some timber I ended up buying to help me make these benches here. So this is the replacement bench for what I showed you before. This is a lot better. We've now actually got benches running the whole way around. Caleb helped us to make a longer bench around the side as well, which has been pretty cool. So much more seating space for all the members. You can sort of see here how it kind of looks from the security camera footage. But yeah, it's definitely a much better seating arrangement, and you can fit all the parents and people along there now. And then you can sort of see now, this is present day. So 1 year since we've been here. This is how it looks. You can see it's frosted out now. So you can't see straight into the gym, it's all frosted out, which has been pretty cool. The guys are just training here for ADCC style comp training, so they'll be in the background as I walk around here, but you can kind of see what it looks like now. We've got a lot more bits and pieces going on. So this bench along the side here is pretty cool. We've got medals hanging up. We've got these sort of like photo frames done now as well in most spots, so it looks kind of cool. Obviously the wall timer. Here's another look at the benches I was talking about that Caleb helped us make. So it goes around the corner quite nicely. Bits and pieces, you know, like battle ropes. Here's some merch that came in recently, jumpers for winter. These have been a pretty popular item. So yeah, definitely good to have some extra sort of merch in to push the brand, which has been nice. Here's a look at some more of the frames. You can kind of see. And we've started to hang some medals up as well. We've got like bags full of medals, but we've just put a few up. It looks kind of a bit tacky when you have too many across the gym, I think. Here's some gis. These are Hyperfly gis that now produce our Mat Shark stuff for us, rash guards, etc. More medals, bits and pieces. And you can kind of see what it looks like now. So yeah, looks fairly complete. I think it's to a stage now where I'm actually pretty happy with how it looks. There's the poles, you can see them now wrapped. Much safer. Definitely a lot better. Here's some extra items that we've hung up, so bits and pieces, just black belt certificates and IBJJF standards and that kind of stuff. You can see the frosting again here. The frosting works quite well to block out the view from people walking past. It's a nice security feature as well. And it does, you can see from the outside, you can see it looks, you know, quite good. And it just keeps it all sort of blocked out. Even though the gym is super misty at the moment because the guys are obviously training inside, but it does look quite good. So here's a better look at the long bench along the side. You can see, I think it's about 11 meters, 11 or 12 meters along, so it's quite long. And that's been really good for the parents to have somewhere to sit and just for the guys to chuck their stuff under. I put this rack in as well recently. It's got all our boxing stuff on it, all our striking stuff, which is pretty handy. Got the water bubbler there as well, next to it. And then we also got the fridge right next to that. We've started stocking this little glass front fridge here with all kinds of stuff, kombucha, Gatorade, coffee, Red Bull, all kinds of stuff, which has been a good little addition. Protein bars, bits and pieces. These fans we got here, these were a lifesaver through summer. We got 3 of these, 2 in the corners and 1 on that center post. That actually helped quite a lot to cool things down, which is really cool. Just the sink here, little table I built, nice high table for a sort of reception area. First aid kit, extra bits and pieces, tape and that kind of stuff. In the cupboard here, just extra Gatorade, mop heads, there's some kids belts and the adult belts above there as well. Here's a decent pan of the gym. So you can kind of see what it looks like. Kind of gives you a good idea of where we're at with things. And yeah, she's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with how far it's come. It's definitely by far the best model we've had. And yeah, it's been really good. That board is obviously secured now. We've used fixings to bolt it through to the concrete. So it's super secure now. Let's check out the amenities, so toilets, change rooms, etc. We'll have a quick look at all this sort of stuff as well. It'll give you an idea as well of the rest of the sort of premises as well. So men's, ladies, disabled toilet here. There's also a shower in here as well, which is pretty handy. And then if you look upstairs, so we'll head upstairs now. So you kind of come around here, head up onto the top level. You can sort of see the view where we're at. There's the driveway, and then you go down this side and we've got extra change rooms, shower, all that kind of stuff. So we've got a shower upstairs and downstairs, and obviously ladies, men's, extra toilets, that kind of stuff too, which is pretty handy. Heading back this way, we'll head back downstairs now so I can show you where the gym is exactly. So as you head down, if you go right here, down there, that's one way into Matt Shark down that side. You go out the other side here, you're back out the front. This takes you back out to the front of the premises. The car park's down that way, driveway there. Then you come down this side, there's the Matt Shark front entrance. So you come through here and you're back in the gym. Yep, so that's it. The guy's still training, finishing up ADCC. Our cameras are now hardwired in, so Joe Francisco helped us with this as well. So we have 4 cameras. We got a pretty good view of the mats, and that really helps us see what's going on when we're not able to get in, or if there's an incident or something, we can sort of see what's happened and how to deal with it. This is the kind of view we got. So there's 4 cameras like that, which is pretty handy. And yeah, that's the gym at the moment, 1 year in.